Yes, as I was saying, when we say demand is elastic, quantity demanded, or even quantity supplied, if they are elastic, it means if price just increases by, let's say, 1%, okay, quantity demanded can reduce, let's say, even by 10%, okay, or quantity supplied can increase by 10%, okay. Quantity demanded or supplied is very responsive, okay, to changes in price. So now when we say demand is inelastic, what does it that imply, colleagues? It's the opposite, colleagues. When demand is inelastic, it means it's not sensitive, okay. So meaning price can increase by even 10%. You find maybe quantity demanded will just reduce by a small amount, even 1%, or quantity supplied will just increase by a small percent, maybe 1%. So, colleagues, are we okay with that? When we talk about elastic demand and inelastic demand, are we okay with that? Madam Lily, Madam Miova. Oh, so you're the sisters. Okay. All right. Madam Mwansa, Madam Purity, Mr. Peter, Madam Raquel, and Mr. Fumbesh. Are we okay with that? Okay. Now, before I go to these type of questions, did I show any examples for cross price elasticity of demand and income elasticity of demand? Because I believe last time when we ended our class, I think I just explained on these two. So maybe let me just um, do some examples on these ones. Then we'll go to the ones which involve calculus. So now, cross price elasticity of demand. This is how the quantity demanded of one good responds to changes in prices of with another good. Okay, that is cross price elasticity of demand. And this one, as we said, when it's positive, what does it mean when the cross price elasticity of demand is positive? Is the good a substitute or a complementary? And when we said cross price is negative, is it a substitute or a complementary? Anybody to give that a try? Okay, let's look at this example. Then we'll see if we can answer it by then. Okay. So the price of Pepsi increases from, yes. Mm-hmm. Was that a question? Okay, the price of Pepsi increases from $1.50 to $2, and the quantity demanded for Coca-Cola rises from 8,000 to 9,500. Okay, calculate the cross price elasticity of demand and determine if the goods are substitutes or complements. Now, colleagues, even before solving here, you can even have an idea. You can have an idea, okay? As we can see, the price of Pepsi has gone up. So meaning Pepsi is more expensive relative to Coca-Cola. So when the price of Pepsi goes up, we're seeing quantity demanded for Coca-Cola is also going up. So here it's implying that people are starting to substitute Pepsi with Coca-Cola. Okay. So here we can get an idea and say, oh, these ones are substitutes. Okay. But let us calculate. Okay. So cross price elasticity of demand, XED, percent change in quantity demanded, percent change in quantity demanded for, we'll say, good A. In this case, that is Coca-Cola, over percent change in quantity or in price of good B. Percent change in price over good B. Okay. So, colleagues, how do we calculate percent changes? Or before we even calculate the percent changes, we need first jot down our P1, our P2, Q1, and Q2. But as I'm jotting those down, how do we calculate percent changes? P1 150, P2 $2, P2 $2. Our then also get our Q1 and Q2. 9,000 to 9,500. Wait, 8,000 to 9,500. Yes, colleagues, how do we get percent changes? I'm praying. I'm praying right now that no one has forgotten. Madam Raquel? Uh-huh. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Yes, Mr. James, how do we get percent changes? Madam Lily, Mr. Mukuka? Yes, Madam Lily? Yes, Madam, yes. Colleagues, remember this one? New divided by old minus 1 times 100. Okay. Or you can use the other formula. New minus old divided by old times 100. Okay. But I prefer this one. Okay. It's shorter and simpler. So our new price is $2. Our old price 1.5. So what's 1.5 divided by 2? Sure. Try to put your phone on airplane mode, then try to think log back, put it on airplane mode, and then try again. Are the others able to see my screen? Okay. Okay. What is 2 divided by 1.5? 1.33. 1.33 minus 1, that is 0.33. So price has increased by 33%. Okay. Price has increased by 33%. That's a big increment. Ish. Okay. We get the percent change in quantity demanded. So new, which is Q2, divided by old Q1 minus 1. So 9,500 divided by 8,000 minus 1. So could you mute your mic? We so 1.185. When you divide 95 by 8,000, you get 1.185 minus 1. So quantity demanded has increased by 18.75%. Okay. So the price of Pepsi has increased by 33%. And the quantity demanded of Coca-Cola has increased by 18%. Okay. So colleagues, intuitively, are they substitutes or complements? 0.875, 1875 divided by 0.33. 0.1875 divided by 0.33. 0.568. Okay. That's our cross price elasticity of demand. Okay. And since it's a positive value, so it means the goods that we're dealing with are substitutes. The price of Mhm. Try to log in, then log out. Yes, when your cross price elasticity of demand is positive, your goods are substitutes. The price of Pepsi has increased, so people have stopped buying Pepsi. Okay, some people have stopped buying Pepsi and they have substituted with Coca-Cola. That's why the quantity demanded for Coca-Cola has increased from 8,000 to 9,500. Okay, it's increased by 1,500. So the goods that we're dealing with are substitute goods. Any questions? Okay, so if your cross price elasticity of demand comes out negative, then it means your goods are complementary goods. Okay, queries and questions before we move to these remaining questions are for you to try before we move to income elasticity of demand. Okay, income elasticity of demand, how quantity demanded changes with changes in income. Okay, how quantity demanded responds to changes in income. Okay, positive income elasticity of demand tells you are dealing with normal goods, meaning if your income increases and you buy more of that good, that is a normal good. Okay, if your income elasticity of demand is negative, you're dealing with inferior goods. Meaning, when your income increases, you buy less of those goods. Okay, you want to switch. So, an example, a 5% increase in income leads to a 3% rise in demand for coffee. Calculate the YED, income elasticity of demand, and determine if coffee is a normal or inferior good. Now, here, even before we even doing the calculations, we've seen income has increased by 5%, and there's a 3% rise in the demand for coffee. So this will tell you already this is a normal good. Okay, because once your income increases and you buy more of that good is a normal good. So this is the formula. YED, percent change in quantity demanded over percent change in income. Okay, in economics, income is usually labeled as with a Y. So in this question here, they've told us that quantity demanded has risen by 3% and income has risen by 15%. Okay, so 3%. You can convert it into a decimal. Okay, you can convert this into decimals divided by 15%. Okay, so 3%, 0.03, 15%, 0.15. So 0.03 divided by 0.15, 0.2. So since it's positive, this is a normal good. If it's negative, inferior good.